TransEnterix, ticker symbol TRXC, is on a mission. This company has been working diligently day in and day out to capitalize on the opportunity at hand, and they have been releasing news after news, article after article, press release after press release of all of this new information in which we are getting from them that is really just doing a fantastic deal for this company. Now, their stock price has reflected a lot of growth recently, and I do accredit that to a lot of this news as we have been seeing, and I don't believe that any of this news is going to be slowing down anytime soon. Now, I did get in on this company somewhere around 2 weeks ago, and we are currently up over 300% from the time that I did post that video to now. So if you do want access to my Discord, which I post all of my trades and portfolio updates, as well as I post this early content, I talk about everything that I will be talking about within these videos. I keep them super duper up to date, and I'm very transparent about all of my trades and my YouTube channel there. So if that is something you would be interested in and joining that community of over 100 different traders and investors, head down in my description. It's going to be a link that brings you over to my Patreon, and that is where you can access all of that info. Now, with that being said, let's go ahead and let's talk about some very quick news that we did get from Trxc today, as I do believe that this could be some pretty important news, and it does say a lot about what is going on with the company at the moment. So we did get news today that Trxc did announce another public offering that was going to be bringing them in over $25 million, and they'd be offering up somewhere around 8 million shares. Now, we will go into the details of this trade in a second here, but I did want to just simply talk about what I think this means for this company, because we did see that they did do another offering only about 2 weeks ago on January 12th, in which they did raise up over $30 million. Well, what does this mean for this company? I think it means one thing. Now, Trxc has, they've had a past of burning through cash, but they're not burning through $50 million in a month cash. You know what I mean? This company is not going through 50 mil to the point that they have to keep doing these offerings because they're running out of cash. They don't know what they're going to do, so they just have to do an offering to be able to provide the funds for all of the operations in which they're doing. I don't believe they're burning through $50 million in a month. What I think this means for this company, as we have seen through the news, is they are working very hard and very fast to seize the opportunity at hand. We have seen them start to get CE mark approval in different countries. We have seen them start to get a lot more regulatory and approvals from some of these other administrations, and it is allowing their overall program and their service and products to really take off and meet a whole bunch of different consumer bases. Now, as we did see the fact that they did get CE mark approval recently, that does allow them to use their ISU with their Senhan system over in Europe, which opens up many, many doors for this company. Now, we cannot forget they also have approval to sell to the Russian Federation as well. So this means that this company is really starting to catch its stride and growing out its consumer base and really market itself. Because I do believe that with all of this capital, it allows them to continue their research, continue their development, and continue to, fully maximize and perfect all of these different products in which they are now really starting to sell. Because that's something we have seen them struggle with in the past. We have seen this company really struggle with trying to get this Senhan system out there, with getting their ISU, the surgical unit. It's just been a struggle. And that has then been reflected in their stock price. It's also been reflected in their financials. They have not done well with selling. Now, a reason I do believe that selling these systems has been an issue is, one, last year just sucked for this overall industry. But secondly, what I do believe is that they didn't have this wide range of consumers in which they could get it out to. They were stuck in a few different markets in which they were trying to sell to, and they didn't have a very, a load of opportunity and a load of potential consumer base that they could, even try to sell their products to. Whereas now they're getting these approvals, getting these CE marks, and doing all of these things. It's allowing them to expand out to different countries, as we spoke about, and that, I believe, is going to reflect a dramatic increase in all of their earnings. Now, we cannot forget about the news from yesterday, where we did see Zacks rank increase this stock up to a buy. Now, Zacks does base their overall rating on earnings. They project what they think the earnings of this company is going to be. They try to decide, okay, are their earnings going to be good? Are they going to be bad? Are they going to have an increase in earnings? And that's how they decide, are we going to do a buy, sell, or hold in a broad sense. Now, what that means for this company is that since it was rated up to a buy, that they are also expecting that they can see a very dramatic increase in earnings, and they do believe that since that has had a good history of impacting the short-term stock price especially, that is going to be a good reason to get into this company. So everything does add up. Everything is starting to really make sense that Trxc is starting to gain loads of momentum. Zacks rating them a buy, like I just said. They're getting these CE mark approvals. Their consumer base is expanding. They're needing capital. They're needing funds for some reason right now. What does that mean? It means that they are starting to get orders, maybe. That they're starting to produce a lot more. They're starting to get these things out there. And with this capital is going to allow them to even further expand out. Now, I don't believe that this is going to be super duper detrimental to the stock price. They did get the offering at $3 a piece. We're currently sitting somewhere around, I don't want to lie, we're currently sitting at $3.61. So if we do see a bit of a drop, sorry about that, if we do see a bit of a drop sometime soon here, I wouldn't be surprised, as whenever we do get these announcements that they're doing offerings, we will see stock prices typically fall a little bit, especially towards wherever it's going. So I guess in a sense that if they did the offering above the stock price, we would typically see them climb, and if they did the offering below the stock price, that we would see it fall a little bit. Now, I think going into the future that this company still has loads of potential, and I think they're just getting started. Recently, we have seen the company somewhat slow down in their stock price. It hasn't been going too high, but I do believe that right now, as it has slowed down, it was currently down about 5% or about 10% roughly, even including aftermarket hours, which we did see it dip a substantial amount after the announcement of the registered the public offering. I do believe that that's normal. That's nothing we have not seen before, as these announcements do typically cause this a bit of a fall here. But whenever we do come out to the 6 months, we can see that it has had a pretty healthy rise for a penny stock. These things are very all over the place sometimes, but in the 1 month, it really does show that it hasn't been a very dramatic increase that has been unjustified, as it has grown, take a little break, grown, take a little break, just as a lot of these more healthy penny stocks have done in the past. Now, I do personally believe that this is going to be a fantastic buying opportunity right now, so I will be increasing my position into this company. If you would like to know how much, and if you would like to know when, definitely consider going down into the description, as that leads you to my Patreon, in which I'm fully transparent about all of these trades. Now, I don't know how I somehow just managed to basically one take that entire video, but I did just want to make this a quick, a very quick update video in which I brought you all the fact that they were doing another offering and why I believe that this is actually a good thing for this company. I know I am usually against against diluting. I'm not a big fan of them offering out new stocks, but at the end of the day, whenever there's an opportunity at hand like this one, and we are really seeing the capital being raised go back into the company, it's almost like a reinvestment, and I'm okay with it, as I do believe that it will lead to further gains and further profits in the future. Definitely let me know in the comment section what your opinions are on this, and what do you think all of this capital is being used for. With that being said, my name is Tyler Hill, and I post 2 to 3 times every single day, and I'm excited to see you all soon. Peace.